Do you ever watch superhero movies and think, man, I wonder if Captain America ever has to go to the dentist? Or I wonder if Wonder Woman ever has to go to the eye doctor, right? I guess Clark Kent wouldn't have to go to the eye doctor, but I don't know, it just, I know that they're not normal and they're not normal people and that they're heroes and whatever, but man, sitting in the lobby of a medical professional's office is just a stark reminder that I am a boring person. my life. I'm not a superhero, right? I can't fly and stuff, so obviously we have to hang out at the doctor or the dentist or the eye doctor or whatever. I have glasses, right? So I go to the optometrist. So just sitting in there thinking about Wonder Woman because I just watched that movie the other night. And this will serve, while I'm waiting for the rest of my family to be done in there, this will serve as my quick review of Wonder Woman. Now, it is no secret, it is no surprise that I am not a DC fan. So, Marvel and DC, you're gonna make me choose, it's Marvel. That being said, I'm getting superhero movie fatigue in general, so I need something new and different to surprise me, because I feel like I've seen it all and it's just rehashing of the same old storylines and movie tricks and stuff. So I went into Wonder Woman with fairly low expectations. It was certainly hyped a lot this summer, and so I just barely got around to watching it, partly because I wanted some of that hype to die down so I could go into it with a fresh perspective and give you an honest review. I thought it was great. There were problems with it, there were weak points, etc. One of the things I feared was that there's a huge opportunity here for this to be like a strong woman, feminist champion kind of movie and storyline, right? It's Wonder Woman. She's like every woman's iconic hero. And they didn't fall into that trap. So they paired Gal Gadot with Chris Pine, something for everyone, ladies and gentlemen. And they played off each other really well. There was a really good chemistry between the two of them. And I felt like, either one could have carried a full movie on their own, and they now have proven that, right? Chris Pine was phenomenal in the Star Trek movies. And I think you're going to see a lot more of both of them. Gal Gadot's kind of that breakout star. The chemistry between them was good. It was real, but it wasn't developed enough. So by the time that, and spoiler alert at this point, whoa, movie review, you should just know going in, there are going to be spoilers. But by the time that Chris Pine sacrifices himself to save the day, you don't really feel the true sadness and despair in Gal Gadot's character. She screams, she's like, no! And you're like, okay, well, I don't know. There wasn't a deep enough connection. It was more of like in the Old West where a man would get killed on the way to, the Oregon Territory or whatever, and then there would be a widow, and then there'd be a single man or a man who had lost his wife to dysentery or whatever. They'd have a marriage of convenience. And this was almost like a romance of convenience, so neither one really convinced me that this was a true relationship. It was more like, yeah, we're both attractive, and we're both attracted to each other, right? That's about the best I got out of it. Now, eye candy for anyone in this movie, because these two are indisputably some of the best looking people on the planet, and certainly in Hollywood. So storyline aside, at least there's something for you to watch. I thought the storyline was creative, though. Not many films set in a World War I time frame, so I really liked that element of it. We've seen a lot of World War II. We've even seen Vietnam and stuff, but haven't seen a lot of World War I. And that, horrible conditions, but, pretty accurately depicted in one particular scene. that being said, the storyline felt a little contrived, a little bit like it borrowed from Captain America. You know, there's an evil Nazi with a plan to, you know, go above and beyond what the normal German military is doing. Okay, he's not really a Nazi in World War I, but the same kind of idea. This German soldier who wants to take it to the next level and is even more amoral than the rest of them. So, yeah, it involves poison gas and Chris Pine saves the day and stuff, but I think what worked was kind of that ragtag bunch, that group of not mercenaries per se, but kind of renegades that Gal Gadot falls in with. You know, the storyline was good, but it wasn't great. And at a key moment, at a moment that should have been pivotal and, you know, the climax of the whole film, it started to feel very DC. People exceeding the bounds of the laws of physics and just, you know, jumping and kind of flying through the air more than they should be able to and whatever. And you can explain that by saying, well, she's a daughter of Zeus and whatever, but it's still, I don't know. You have to suspend disbelief in a superhero movie situation, but it's still stretched it a little too far, and it was very Zack Snyder-ish. A lot of very, you know, unnecessary slow motion shots and things like that, and just the color grading on it was very Zack Snyder. So you got to know that going in, that you're going to get more of the same from Zack Snyder genre. But what I appreciated about this film, and I think the thing that made it work, was that they didn't follow the same tired DC kind of like overly dark and twisted and depraved and whatever. It was like DC was courting the Marvel fan base, and they knew they had to lighten things up a little bit. So whoa, the movie takes place during the day for the most part. Yeah, that end battle scene kind of happens at night, but most of the movie takes place during the day. That's a good starting point, right? And the color grading was such that I could tell what was going on. So, I don't know. It falls somewhere between a DC and a Marvel movie, and so it kind of has a wider appeal, and that's probably why it was successful. Not my favorite movie of the year, and I didn't even like it as much as I thought I would. So, all right. I think that's it. Yeah. Subscribe to this channel by clicking over here. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this movie, and if you have higher hopes now for things like Justice League and whatever coming out in the near future because of Gal Gadot's performance. I do. I had really low expectations before, and now I'm like, I'll probably see it. And subscribe to this channel by clicking over here. Check out some of the other videos that I've made for this channel on this side, and we're done. Thanks.